Test, test, mic test.
Yes, sir.
Test, test, mic test. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Gil here from your daily Monday through Friday noon session. Welcome. If you are in our Hangout and you can see the screen clearly, please go ahead and confirm. We just enabled the chat box. That way you guys would be able to go ahead and type in or interact with us here today. Looks like Anthony's already on the session, Lee's on the session, Pete is on the session. So a couple shout outs to our regular members and subscribers. Welcome. A few of you are going to be calling in, so we're going to give you a second here to get caught up and make sure the audio is kicking in loud and clear. Okay, so welcome. This is our noon series daily, a web series focusing on how to make money blogging and your website. Okay, I am recreating, building out step by step a website from the ground up and producing the results of, if not better, than what we did last January. A little over 20,000 online last January, and so it's going to be an awesome and exciting series. We got off to a really strong start. The emails, the texts are already coming in, as well as to some of the action items that we had sent out here to the group. So it's always great to see that people are following along step by step. Now, we are catering to those that have absolutely no experience, that's just getting started. There's definitely a place for you here as part of this web series, while we are also tending to our regular subscribers and our main members who do get preferred access during these noon sessions. Okay, they have the opportunity to send in their questions, email their action items, have us take a look at it. We'll give them concrete feedback, so step by step they can make the adjustments and continue to follow along with us closely. Okay, so definitely excited about that. Now, if you can see the screen, please go ahead and confirm. If you can hear us, okay, do let us know as well. All right, I'm going to get a mic test and cam test here from some of our administrators and contributors. Lauren, go ahead and jump on real quick. Do a mic test there on your end.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good, doing good. Looks like we can see the camera clearly, looking lovely as always. Audio is coming out good. Let's see if we can hear from one of our one of our main participants on this web series, who is following along step by step, building out his website in a very interesting niche. Steve, go ahead and do a mic test here for the group.
Mic test, 1, 2.
Mic test, 1, 2. All right, fantastic. So we can hear you loud and clear. That is great. Let me go ahead and do a quick recap on some of the items that we had already covered as part of this daily live series. That way, again, if you are just joining us, welcome. If you are here to learn how to make money off of your website or a website and start blogging, putting cash in your pocket, whether a little bit of a part-time extra cash or replacing your full-time income, you are in the right place. So let me test out, share my screen, recap a couple of crucial items that we had talked about over the last few days, and help get you guys caught up and up to speed. So Steve or Lauren, either one, can you guys go ahead and confirm that you can see my screen here?
I can see it.
Awesome, awesome. Let me make some adjustments to the actual window so that it fits our little recording window, and we can get the replays up and running here for the group as well. Now, we do have replays of the session, guys, so if you would like to catch those, you will get them in an email, and they are being uploaded onto our YouTube channel as well. Now, the website that I'm building out is still in the process. okay, of being updated, and we're working on it step by step. The session that I'm reporting on or sharing on this particular day is exactly what I'm working on this particular website, so we are building it piece by piece. Now, in the meantime, while we are in the pre-launch stage of the website, you can catch the replays on YouTube. And I'll provide a link here for everybody so that you can check out those replays as well. All right. So, a couple things that we went over the last couple days, just to do a quick recap on the follow your over your shoulder session. Okay. Let's bring that up here. Yesterday, we were starting to segue into the branding session. So we talked a little bit about branding, and that's what I'll be going to in more detail today. But most importantly, we talked about the market validation. Okay, so determining if a market is too big, too small, can you make money off of it? We supplied you guys with some tests that you can run or apply to the market that you are interested in, to the business or the profession that you belong to, as you carve out and design and build out this website. So there are some tests that you can run. Do check out the notes so that you can apply those. Okay, again, we tackled, is it monetizable? How do you know? And is a market too big? Is a market too small? How are ways that you can validate and confirm that you are blogging, writing, the website is in a good place in terms of market and monetization potential. Okay, now if you haven't already gotten a copy or signed up for the bonuses, which are part of this web series, you do get a copy into our affiliate marketing and training membership community. It is a complimentary gift as a thank you from our team for joining us on this web series and following along. We also want to help shorten your learning curves when it comes to the content and getting up to speed on internet marketing 101. All right. So without further ado, we will transition. As always, we have two sections to this web series, right? We have two components. The first component, we do cater directly to our members and our group coaching students, the ones that are participating, following along on this little journey step by step. So we do address their questions, review their business plans, their marketing plans, their marketing campaigns, and check on their action items to make sure that they continue to move forward and they get real-time feedback, coaching, and support. Okay, so we do cater to you guys. Do email your questions and action items so that we can give you feedback. All right, and the second component to this web series is our follow over my shoulder session, right? Building a website, a profitable website from the ground up, and that is the second component to it. So we've got the people that are looking for the instant gratification. What can I apply to my business and my profession right now? Lauren addresses those challenges and questions head on, and she'll be breaking down some scenarios based on some of the new questions that had come in. And then we have the second component to this web series where I will take you along step by step. And there is some immediate action items that you can do, but we're also talking a little bit of delayed gratification, right? And we'll take it step by step as we build out that website. So you've got the fast, you've got a little bit of the slow component to this particular web series. Do let us know how we're doing. All right, Lauren, I'll go ahead and transition over to you right now. Go ahead and get your screen shared. I will unshare mine here in a second, and we should be good to go. What do you have for our business and our professionals members?
I've seen what they say, but I've never had them, hey, you didn't reach your minimum, and then we suddenly owe something.
Got it. Okay, so Anthony, definitely just keep that in mind as you get your foot in the door and start to build up. I always like to position it from a standpoint, I'm still evaluating, testing venues. I'm looking for a place that we can come back to every week, every month. All right, so that way they understand that there is repeat business, there's an ongoing long-term relationship there that they can build with you, and they still have to earn your business and compete for it, right? Because there are other venues out there. I first got started doing stuff out of a Starbucks when I would sit down with clients and network or have open networking events. So again, focus on a venue that similar to what Margarita Jones here in Pasadena. Great little small room. It can fit maybe 10 people comfortably, right? What you don't want is a giant venue where you guys feel so small, right? I would prefer an intimate setting where everybody can talk. We can all get into a dialogue, and grab some grub and have a nice, comfortable, laid-back atmosphere. So definitely check that out, or go with a coffee shop to start, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to get rolling, get started. So do let me know once you have tentative venues in place. What we can do is we can start to promote that in our network. We can always change the venue address. I just need something right now with an address to post to start to test the marketplace and see what kind of demand you have there in that area. So hope we got that one answered on your end. Lauren, go ahead.
Oh, that ended my my Facebook group spiel, so I'm good to go.
Oh.
My only homework then for anybody who is not already active in groups is to go join some groups and then start, engaging via comments, and then get comfortable sending like at least one request, friend request to somebody that you've met in a group. So.
Got it. All right, cool. Well, let's open up the panel here in the chat box, the instant messenger line and text to see what's coming in. Make sure you guys are still following along. If you have any clarifications, please go ahead and put it on there. A couple of announcements while we wait for any updates, or if it's business as usual, we can proceed. Do let us know. We are having a barbecue this weekend, Saturday. Nice little barbecue. I'm having some of my staff at the barbecue. We're inviting friends and family. Nice little laid-back, casual atmosphere, so that if you're new to our network, if we could meet you, fantastic. Come out. We'd love to, sit down and hang out over some good grub. We are going to be sitting down over a game of Cash Flow 101 later in the day, but we do have these regular open house barbecue-style events where you get to meet not only myself, but some of our friends, family, and the network that we have business-wise. And maybe we can introduce you to some vendors and some other specialists that could help you there in your business. Had a great networking session on Wednesday night. It was fantastic. Somebody was specializing in a certain marketing strategy, which everybody was very interested in. So we're now going to have an additional session just to talk about how we can apply that strategy there to our businesses, right? Lauren, any questions popping up on your end? Any clarifications?
Nope, I'm good.
Awesome. All right. Well, let me go ahead and get my slides up here. You should see it in a second. 1 second. All right, where is that? Aha. All right. Do you see it there, Lauren?
Not yet.
Not yet. You know what? I share screen. You should see the warping effect, and that should reset
there
right
we
now.
go.
There we go. All right. Excellent. So, yesterday, right, once again, welcome. We are getting our second wave of participants and subscribers logging onto this session. If you are just joining us, welcome. My name is Gil, and you are following along our little web series here for our How to Make Money Online blogging. I am building and recreating step by step my little experience in January, where the website that I built generated over 20,000 online. Right? So if you are looking to generate money on the internet, build a website that is profitable, which will put some money in your pocket, whether it's part-time type of income, or if you are looking to replace your full-time income, the challenge is accepted. We are going to do that and jump right into that here as part of this web series. Now, we do have two components to our web series. Okay, the first component is we do cater to our group coaching students. You are able to email, send in your action items, the homework, the whatever it is that we're building on that day, and we will review those items for you, give you some feedback so that you can make the course corrections before you go 100% in a certain direction or start to really dig deep into that particular pipeline. All right. So on yesterday's session, okay, we ended with the action item to brainstorm 3 possible markets. Okay, and some of you guys aren't quite sure what markets to get into. You are 100% sure on the idea that you want to get in the out of the rat race. You want to build an extra income in the form of a website or monetize your blogging. So at the very least, okay, what we do recommend and encourage is that you start a blog or a website about your success in your financial journey, documenting the concepts that you are learning on a daily basis, that you are implementing for yourself, okay, and you can build a healthy subscriber list from that type of content and activity. All right, so hopefully you got some brainstormed ideas written down as we continue to move forward here, because on today's session I'm going to be talking about branding. Okay, so we're going to address a lot of the questions and concerns about branding. Okay, basically, how do you come up with a name? Right? What's the personality of your blog going to be like? And yes, I know what you guys are thinking. You know, when do we get to the lead magnets, the traffic, the sales, conversions, subscriber lists, revenue? That stuff will follow and it will come. All right, it is on the way, but there are key components that we do need to have set up before jumping deep into it. So again, we can verify we're in the right marketplace. We know what tone to take as we produce the content and articles and videos as part of this website. All right, these are big rocks that we need to take care of right now, because it makes it very difficult once you have a full-on website launched and then you have to go back from the beginning and redo everything. It's almost like trying to turn the Titanic on such short notice. It can be done, all right, but at the same time we all know what happened there. So I like to get everything set up correctly first and build it out step by step, right? So you are literally following me along on this journey. I'm not, getting a few steps ahead and there's a website already built up. At the very least, we have a YouTube channel with the video replays uploaded as I design and build this particular website. So let's talk a little bit more here about branding. Okay. Now, the first component when it comes to branding that I'd like to address and talk about is knowing or developing your customer avatar. Okay, knowing and developing your customer avatar. Now, what is that? We hear the word avatar a lot. It's being, and it's a more common term these days. At the time that I first heard it, I was like, hey, avatar, I know what that is. That's the little blue aliens, as part of that movie. But there is definitely more to it, right? There's definitely more to it. Lauren, you can see the screen okay?
Yep, I can see it just, oh, well, now I see me, but I was seeing you just fine.
All right, give me 1 second while I revert back and share that screen. Are we back to normal? We good?
Yep.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more here about the customer avatar, all right? Think about the people you know, your friends and family. Think about the conversations you have when you're trying to influence them, right? We all tailor our messages a little bit differently based on who we're talking to, right? If you've got a 2-year-old, right, it's probably going to be a different way you ask the 2-year-old as opposed to dealing with an adult, right? In terms of trying to get the mess cleaned up, or why to do things, why not to do things, right? Now, demographic data is great, but you can't have a conversion with a chart. At the very least, we want to get into the mindset, the personality, the traits, and get to know who we're talking to and addressing, right? Now, one of the key secrets to writing marketing or good sales copy of any kind is to create a custom avatar, right? A single, well-developed persona that you can use as a direct target for all of your editorial decisions. That's just a big way of saying, when you write your article, when you release images, when you produce videos, your avatar is the person that you are talking to, so that you have a clear, concise message with your target within that market that we've selected and narrowed down. Please refer to the other video replays if you haven't seen that yet, so you can get caught up to speed. Right? Now, who are we talking to here? That's the questions we're asking. What's her name? How old is he? How old is she? Right? Where did she grow up? What's her annual salary like? Are they making little to no income? Are they making median? Or are they mega rock star, ultra rich status? Does she have any hobbies or interests? What are they? Would you consider them to be more emotional or logical, sorry. Is she introverted or extroverted? Does she have any children, boy, girl, or both? And if so, how old are they? Right? Again, questions that you're going to think about as you develop your customer avatar. And don't worry about it, right? We're going to make this easy for you to follow along and implement. There is a questionnaire that I like to use, and I'll share that with you guys here in a second. Lauren, if you can confirm you see the nice little questionnaire that I've got on the screen.
Yep, I can see it.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, perfect. So this little questionnaire that I've got on the screen right here, this is your avatar, right? This is how you can find out or develop that particular person that you are talking to. Again, most people, or a common mistake when it comes to blogging or website content development, is that they try to please everybody, and at the end of the day, they are not able to have a clear message or get anything done. Right? So in this case, your avatar is going to set the tone for your pieces, your marketing, and the point of view that you'll have, which I'll talk more a little bit about here. Right? So let me walk you through the questionnaire here. And again, this is just data that you can quickly and easily fill out. Right? So the age, the ethnicity, hometown, what is their profession, annual income. I am in a couple of niches, okay? One of them is the real estate niche, and I am going into the how to make money online or blogging niche, okay? So the profession that I'm targeting here, just to give you guys some an idea, you know, I want to be, profession is somebody that is working, whether part-time or full-time, nothing specific, as long as they are working or have a steady income coming in. Right? Because if you've got a steady income already coming in, chances are you do have some time for yourself, or you can carve out time where you can work on your business part-time, right? You work on your job full-time right now, you start out part-time building your business, and eventually over time you will build out enough income on your business to replace what you currently have going on right now. All right. Now, we also have some fill-in-the-blank answers here for you guys to make it a whole lot easier, right? So in terms of the type, are we talking white collar or blue collar? What's the position within the company? Education, postgraduate, college, or high school? Right? Now, for some of you guys, this is the first time you're ever even considering, you know, who your avatar is. Some of you guys and girls are just trying to, you know, are still in the process of getting to know yourself, right? So this may be a good exercise again, you know, for you personally, and to start to develop what that avatar is. Do not rack your brains. Do fill this in to the best of your ability, and then we can edit and modify it as you build more experience and get to know the industry, the market or niche that you are going into. There's also information here about home. Right? Ownership. Do they own? Do they rent? It can get pretty specific, but again, the more you are able to identify what your avatar is, the clearer your marketing pieces will be. Right? And it will allow you to operate with that avatar, that person in mind, so that you can deliver the content that they are looking for. That's why we've updated these sessions, and we have two components to it. Because we are catering to our group coaching students who have preferred access to myself, to Lauren, and the other marketers and professionals that are contributing to this series. They get their questions answered, they get their action items reviewed, and we work with them closely one-on-one. Some of you have already emailed or texted asking about any group coaching programs or how we can start working with you closely. There will be contact information around this YouTube post, or if it's already on the website, there will be contact information there. Okay. There may be slots still available. I think it's worth inquiring to see what is available there. Now, it also goes on to continue to ask about the family life: single, married, personal. What are the hobbies, interests, and of course emotional, right? What type of people are you looking for? Are you writing for? Are they introverted? Are they extroverted? Okay, what's the temperament, mentality, outlook, right? And that's our nice little questionnaire to help you build out who your avatar is. All right, at the very least, you want to be able to go through this, start to fill in the blanks, because that's going to get the wheels turning in your head on who you are doing this for. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the goal is to build a very profitable website, and we are doing that by providing high quality content to our avatar, to our list, to the subscribers, to the people watching this series, to you, for example. Right? So take the time to go through this avatar questionnaire, fill it in. That way you can always go back to it, make some changes, or at the very least it'll help develop that mentality and that real how can I serve you, and how can I what content can we provide, right? And in what way will we present it so that it connects with your particular avatar. Now, before I continue on here, I do want to touch base with some of our participants. Steve, Lauren, any questions or clarifications on the avatar?
Is there ever a time where there would be two different avatars for one business, or should you pretty much, like what I was thinking is, okay, for your real estate stuff, I'm thinking, okay, it's probably the people that have been working for a really long time. They're tired of being in the rat race, so they're thinking about alternatives. And you might also have the younger generation that has this entrepreneurial spirit. So would that be that you have almost two separate avatars that would be with your real estate niche?
Great question. Great question. When you're first starting out, I recommend to, start out with one avatar first. What you can do is you can have it a little bit broad. Right?
Okay.
So you can include both of them by having a broader spectrum, okay? And to kind of give you an idea, ask yourself, who can you connect to or with the most? Right? Because again, that'll help you narrow down or come up with an accurate, clear avatar and who you are, who you want to talk to and communicate with. So who can you connect to with most on an intellectual level, an emotional level, on a hobbies and interests? For example, I don't have any kids yet. Right? I am interested in having a family one day, actually here very soon. But at the same time, if I want to cater to people with 3 to 5 kids, it's going to be very hard for me to produce content that communicates and can relate to that.
Got it. Okay, so it's like if you're kind of stuck between avatars, then go towards what you can relate to or connect with the best if you're having trouble choosing.
Exactly. Okay. Because as you go through this exercise, maybe you've never asked yourself these questions before, right? It's the first time you're coming across it. So as you continue on, this journey and follow along step by step, you'll be able to answer these questions more accurately. It may seem like a surface level response right now. That is okay, but eventually, the thought process is going to be there. The answers are going to come to you, so it makes it a whole lot clearer. So focus on who you can connect with the most, because that's what's key when it comes to content creation and promotions.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. And Anthony volunteered you can have some of his kids go.
I know. He's got like 10. He's got 10. I mean, I may not be, I don't have 10 kids of my own, but I have a company with a full staff, and I love these guys like family. So there are ways I can still relate to that and put myself in those shoes, but for somebody with 10 kids, I mean, you deserve a medal, my friend. There's still that unique point of view, that he brings to the table. Steve, talk to me about your avatar and how this kind of relates to your business, because you're going to do a 30-day content development run as you build out this website. So what's your avatar look like?
Yeah, well, I think, so I have a pretty, I don't know if it's a unique avatar, but, basically what I do in my spare time is I play video games, right? So there's a group of people that I play video games with online, and I realize that those people that I'm playing with, my friends online, are that avatar, right? And so the people that are playing games online, a lot of them are college age students or young professionals like myself, and a lot of the ones that I think if I get really specific, a couple of the guys that I play with, I mean, they don't even have, they have problems making money. They don't have a job, or they don't have a source of income, so they have trouble buying the games they want to play, or paying for subscriptions. So that's really, that's my avatars. Those guys that are playing games and need an income source, and would just love to make money playing video games.
Got it, got it. Okay. Again, utilize this questionnaire. If you can't answer them right now, fill in the blanks with the first possible answer that comes to your mind, whatever your gut's telling you, and then you can always, modify this as you build out, as you get to know your market and your niches a whole lot better, right? Lauren, for you, with your avatar, what's that looking like? What's who are you catering to? What's your ideal target?
Yeah, well, I guess what I can do, because it's pretty clear, for my birthday party stuff, but now with my internet marketing aspect, the broad thing is just people who want financial freedom. So that's where it starts with, and then for me, that's where I was kind of debating, hey, is it more, I'm the younger version of the entrepreneur, and I want this for the rest of my life, so that's usually who I'm connecting with. However, it seems that a lot of people my age aren't quite mentally there yet, so it's more like I have to look for the people that have been working for a very long time. They're tired of it. They want an alternative.
Got it, got it. All right, cool. So this file will be made available. That way you guys will be able to go through this questionnaire, fill it out, and continue with this series with your avatar in mind. Now, I don't want you racking your brain, so I'm going to give you some nice little tips, tricks, and strategies so that you can develop a great avatar, okay, or start to have that clearer picture in mind for who this is all for. Let me share the screen back here. Let me know once it pops up, please, if that's cool. Place that on there. Share the screen here. And we're back. You see it?
We're back.
Awesome. Okay, great. So another great way so that you can find out who your avatar is, right? Let's say you've never stepped out into the world. You don't know very many people. What I love about the internet is you can do everything virtually, right? There's so many ways that you can leverage, and you don't really have to step out and go very far. Your life's not going to be as interesting or exciting. But let me show you a couple of quick tips and strategies on here. Okay, so let's take it in the case of Lauren, right? What's our market? What's the market you're dealing with?
The market is just people who want financial freedom. I don't know if that's too broad.
Okay, so let's look at financial freedom blogs. Okay, so let's take a look at financial freedom blogs, and there are a lot of financial freedom blogs. Okay, so Joni's financial freedom blog, let's take a look at this one real quick, or at least we will have that in mind. Okay, what we're doing is we're taking inventory right now. We're getting familiar with the marketplace, what it's doing, and a couple of sample blogs or websites to check out. There is a crucial website that I use into understanding what my internet business is doing, trends, data, information, and it's alexa.com. Write that down. This will be a critical component to our internet business and how to make money blogging series. Okay, so it provides analytics for any website. Now, let's say the number one, and again, these are examples. Okay, let's say the number one blogging is Joni's Financial Freedom blog. So let me see if I can copy paste that, paste it here into the website or keyword. Alright, nothing on there. Jones Financial Freedom blog, nothing on there. So let's go financial freedom. Let's see what pops up. All right.
Dave Ramsey.
There you go. So Dave Ramsey pops up, right? He's on there, which is cool. Dave Ramsey's on there, financialfreedom.com, choose financialfreedom.com. Now let's say we're going to go through, each one here, or at least you'll want to do that in your time, but let me take you through the exercise. Let's say I'll click on DaveRamsey.com. Okay. Now, DaveRamsey.com is in the financial freedom marketplace. Okay, he's in the financial freedom marketplace. His website is ranked 8,000, which is a huge global rank. It's in the top 2,000 here in the United States. So absolutely phenomenal results. Okay, so if I'm wondering who is my target market, I can take a look at similar websites, blogs, markets, whether direct competitors or indirect competitors, okay? And by going on Alexa.com, I can get a bird's eye view or find out who the avatar, who the target market is, right?
Oh,
Gender, how many males, how many females? Financial freedom, apparently there's more women interested in the financial freedom, or at least that takes a look at DaveRamsey.com. So when I'm producing
that's surprising, actually.
right? I mean, you would think some of this is you know,
Yeah.
you're going to come across some pretty cool quirks here. Education, some college, some graduate school. There's even no college on there, and full college. So I may want to modify my content to have a little bit of a female touch, right? Get in touch with my feminine side there, a little softy. Education, I'm keeping in mind that I'm writing, you know, for people with some education, but not necessarily PhDs. Okay, where are these people looking for it? They're shopping for it. They're looking for his content while they're at school. All right, a huge number while they're at school. So what does this tell me? This tells me that maybe I should look into advertising on websites that are school or educational based, or lease ads from educational institutions, because they have a high traffic volume of my target market. My avatar is looking for it while they are at school. Right? And if you continue on here, it also gives you a ton of information on where these visitors come from, where are they searching, what sites they are coming from. There's a percentage from Facebook and Google, so I can focus my efforts on Google and Facebook marketing, for example, right? And what are the other authority sites that give DaveRamsey.com such a high ranking and recommendation? Right? It'll also tell you what are the related links. What are related websites? Okay? What are the other websites that they own? Okay? So DaveRamsey.com, this may be his main vehicle or his main website, but he's got other similar websites on here in different niches. So maybe I can find something here that directly applies to where I'm at and use that as a template or a guide and modify it so that it applies to me particularly. Right now, this is all free information that you can get on a free search on Alexa.com. You do get more robust data when you subscribe or have a membership, sign up for their membership. When you're first starting out, again, you don't have to get too crazy with this. Just start the process, taking in the information. That way you can get comfortable with it, and then once you've used the system, you know how to read the data, you can start to go into other higher searches or higher pieces of information by signing up for their membership. Okay, another great resource website that you can do this is Quantcast.com. Okay, Quantcast.com. Measure, advertise, right? So search sites for demographic and site stats. Let's go with, let's look for something on Robert Kiyosaki, right? Financial freedom, education, that kind of stuff. Nothing for Robert Kiyosaki. No good search results. RichDad.com, right? So take a look at the RichDad.com website. And it also gives you your market information, the number of visitors per month, right? Male, female, what the age bracket is, right? So as you're going through this questionnaire and you're like, well, I don't know what the age bracket is or the annual income. Heck, I'm still trying to figure out how much money I made last year, right? Or what I'm going to make this year. You can get that piece. You can get those information from websites like Alexa.com and Quantcast.com, so that again you can produce content, you can cater, you can communicate, and you connect with these guys. And this is pretty awesome for some free initial searches. Once you get better and you have your website, I'm going to take you through exercises for higher level interpretations and what are the critical pieces here that you can use to your advantage as you make course corrections there on your websites, right? This basically answers the question, who visits the website? Okay, and if you are in a similar niche, then you have a guide. If this is an indirect competition, it still gives clues as to the market that you are in. Okay, now what are other great ways to get market information? All right, you can go ahead and Google, okay, the following in, just type this in google.com so that it can take you into the results. You're going to Google readership demographics. Readership demographics X, right? So research demographic X. If I am in the health, fitness, okay, so a good magazine for me to reference or start with is like Men's Health, right? So if I'm in the fitness niche, okay, and I'm going to have a website or blog about fitness products, test out different diet programs and plans. I'm a big fan of the kettlebell, so I'd love to, roll out a kettlebell fitness component to my blog site, okay? So I would take a look at menshealth.com, again, as a benchmark, and this gives me awesome clues, right? To get to know my avatar, to get to know my marketplace and my target audience. And again, this helps me fill in the blanks here on my little avatar questionnaire. Okay, and this is pretty awesome. I mean, I get data for Esquire, GQ, Maxim, Men's Fitness. Yes, you can do the same for Women's Health. Any major publication out there, more than likely there is data available. They provide this to people who are interested in advertising, investing, or just take a look at the operations of the particular company. Right? So if I am looking to target men's fitness, then yeah, I should probably be in Men's Health. Now, if I'm blogging about fashion and style, then I may, most likely I would probably want to go into Esquire and GQ as opposed to Men's Health. Right? Just because that's the market that I'm in. So use that as a guide as you build out your demographics and your avatar. Now, what are you looking for? You're looking for patterns among your competitors to help decide things like your avatar's employment, the education, and the household income. Okay, and once you complete this particular questionnaire, you've got it filled out to the best of your ability, you know who your avatar is and the audience, right? You can actually start to define the point of view of your website. Okay, what kind of tone are you going to take when it comes to your website? And I'm going to talk a little bit about that here and give you guys some examples. In the meantime, let me go ahead and revert back to our audience here, see if there's anything on your end that might have popped up. Lawrence, Anthony here has a couple questions. Let me tackle that here for you in a second, Anthony. Is it smart to use the same website for a few different niches or separate website? Anthony, the best thing that you can do, or that I recommend when you are first starting out, have one website first, okay? And you can build in different content sections. So for example, on the website that I'm building and launching here, my main focus is how to make money blogging and building a profitable website. That's my market. Okay, I have personal interests like mixed martial arts, surfing, traveling, and I love the kettlebell and those workouts. So I'll have a different page or a category there in my website that allows me to share the personal side of who I am, what I'm about, my belief system, hobbies and interests and passions, so that my audience can connect with me on that level. Right? Once we've hit 1,000 subscribers, 30% open rate, 20% opt-in or click-through rate. And we're doing about 1,000 a month minimum in monthly revenue off of the website. Then we can take a look at expanding the business or expanding the website and building out other websites. Right? But when you first start out, let's get one right. Let's make money off of it. Because once you do that, you can go and expand into other sources or other niches, right? I got started in the real estate category section, right? Providing done-for-you marketing services. Once we got good and we were making money, we were profitable, things were rolling on the marketing side of the business, Then we were getting a lot of questions for, hey, can you guys do coaching for us? Or we want to work with you closely. Can you coach with us? I'd be willing, I'd be willing to pay X amount, or I'd like to sign up and do business with you guys. You're local, you're easy to do business with, or, it's not a major company where we can't get a hold of anybody if we needed help and support. Or you guys have live sessions, which nobody else is doing. That's pretty awesome. So how do I get involved with you guys, right? Then we added the educational or coaching side to the business, and we have a separate website for that, right? And then we were able to expand and to go into other complementary services and other marketplaces, because again, we get them right one at a time. So start with one, and then you can build out from there as we go through these stages. But we do have our metrics and our goals in place, so we're going to stick with that. We have that in mind so that we can move towards something on here. Lauren, anything you wanted to clarify with the slides that we had just gone through?
No, everything sounds really good. So it made a lot of sense, and yeah, it was cool to kind of think in terms of avatars, especially because I have different businesses. I'm like, okay, I need to come up with an avatar for each business, which is very helpful.
Awesome, awesome. Steve, as you're getting to know your marketplace, you've been doing some market research, seeing what people are typing in. Are you able to apply some of that market research to what you're doing, or what's your thoughts and feedback or take on those things?
Yeah, the more research that I've done, the better I've been able to nail down the avatar, or what keywords and stuff that they're searching for. So it's definitely helped a lot. Start reaching out to those people.
Awesome, awesome. All right, very cool, very cool. So let's okay, a couple of examples on here, right? Once you've developed your avatar, you know who you're talking to. Okay, it'll help us, it'll guide our content creation as we go through this series. We keep talking about content creation, posting articles, videos, all that stuff. So that's going to be a part of the process that we're going to be doing, right? Now, once you have an idea of what your avatar is, and I've given you a nice little shortcut how to fill in the blanks here, or at least give you that picture in mind, we can start to define our point of view for the website. How are we going to write out these articles? What's the difference with our point of view or this other blog and this other website? Basically defining your unique point of view. That's our next step on here. So let me get to that particular slide. Lauren, everybody, you can still see the slide here, yes?
No, I'm seeing you.
Ah, okay. Share. Maybe if I turn off the webcam.
Now I just see your picture.
Still see the picture. You should see.
It doesn't show me the green you're sharing screen.
Ah, okay. Let's go back to that. Screen share. There we go. It should kick in now. Whenever I see the mirror effect come in, I know it's working. That's
exactly.
That's
cool. Now we're good.
That's my little cue. Okay. So, just a quick recap as we move forward here. We talked a little bit about branding. Okay. We're going to be talking about branding over the next couple of days. We've explored the customer avatar. Who is our target? Who are we speaking to here? The message we are trying to connect with our audience. And now we can start to talk about our point of view. Okay. Now, a couple things when it comes to point of view. I do want to address a couple misconceptions or common feedback, objections, or quirks, right, when it comes to point of view. It pays to be different. Okay, it definitely pays to be different. Your uniqueness, your market, no matter which you choose, is bombarded with marketing messages. The unique point of view of your marketing, including your blog, can be a point of differentiation that allows your message to break through the clutter. Okay, that breaks through the clutter. I'll give you an example on here on a couple of interesting websites, right? If you guys have, maybe you've heard of this website, it's called dailyworth.com. Okay, dailyworth.com, touching again along the lines of financial freedom and exiting the rat race, right? So dailyworth.com, the market that they're in is both in finance, money management, finance. Okay, now dailyworth.com, their point of view covers personal finance for women. Notice a lot of female stuff going on here. There's a softer touch to the website. Their personal finance, their point of view is for women. Their creators, their content developers, the people behind it, again, personal finance for women. That's their point of view. Okay, and then there's this other fun website called Fool.com, which covers personal finance in general. Right? So, different points of view. Just focusing on personal finance, dailyworth.com focuses on personal finance for women. Right? Now, how does this apply as you build out your website, right? You're going to be sharing your story. So the question I pose to you is, what's your story? Right? What personal relation do you have to that topic? Lauren, you're talking about financial freedom as your market, right? Getting out of the rat race. That's one of your main. That's the main market that you are that you're in, that you want to target, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why? What does that have to do with you and your story right now?
For me, it's to have my time. It's not so much the monetary stuff because that'll come along, but it's just to be able to have my time to spend it however I would like to.
All right. So, in your case, I remember our very first session, you talked about how you had set up Reptacular.com or which is
Reptacular.
Reptacular. You'd set up Reptacular as your business, growing, expanding, hiring staff, and then time goes by and you're like, wait a second. There's 7 days in a week. I'm working 14 for some reason. Like, how does that even happen, right? So your story is how a business owner realizes that having a business is great up until the point where you realize that all your time goes into the business, and you have no you time, you have no you family time or personal time, or what's the point of having the business? So you're addressing that problem, that pain, and showing people how they can build that business model where they can have the financial freedom and they can have the time freedom as well.
Yes.
Right. So I'll give you guys a couple other examples on here, some pretty good ones. Lifehacker.com. Okay. If you guys haven't been to that website, another super cool website. I like to check out their content here from time to time. Lifehacker.com talks about personal productivity. Okay. It talks about personal productivity. Pretty general open tone, right? If you notice, their website layout's a little bit rinky-dinky, funky layout. A couple clues: these funky layouts actually work better for monetizing blogs as opposed to the traditional formal-looking ones, right? We'll dig into that when we get to that part of the series. So, lifehacker.com is about personal productivity. Okay, and then you have zenhabits.com, which talks about personal productivity, except it's focused on simplicity. It's so simple, that is their website. You have to click on it and kind of go through it, right? But it talks about personal productivity and applying that to with the point of view of how to keep things simple, and just the basic concept of simplicity. All right. Now, some of you guys may have to go back to the brainstorming session. That is okay. While you are thinking about your market, your avatar, and maybe you do some initial market research and it doesn't look like your market is big enough or it's not monetizable. So go back to the brainstorming notes, okay? Have a brain dump, jot some ideas down, and then move it forward. Oh, Kelvin says, I've got a ridiculous buffering issue on my side. I can't tell how far back I am, but it varies about 10 seconds every couple of minutes or less. Kelvin, my apologies for that. Hopefully I'm dialed in. I'm plugged in directly into my network, but we'll take a couple of pauses here in a second so that you can follow along or at least get caught up to speed. Worst case scenario, we do have replays that we'll be posting online as well with the details of the notes. All right. So some of you guys might have to go back to the brainstorming exercise. That is okay. Okay. These websites that I shared with you are different points of view within that space, within that niche of the marketplace. Okay. Now, the action item here that I'll move everybody forward and into is the questions you want to be able to answer. Okay. Is this question right here. My site is similar to X, but instead of X, we X. Now, what does that mean? Right? My website is similar to lifehack.com, where we talk about personal productivity, but instead of just personal productivity, okay, we're talking about personal productivity in family life. All right. A good analogy of this, and I like to use the movies. If you guys haven't, Lauren, you've seen the movie Speed, right?
Uh, Maybe, but it doesn't like ring a bell. Sorry.
Keanu Reeves jumps on a bus. Doesn't ring a bell. Steve, have you seen Speed?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So when Speed was pitched, okay, it started out with this pitch. All right. Speed is basically Die Hard on a bus, right? So the movie
Yeah.
Speed is similar to Die Hard, but instead of the city, we're going to be on a bus. But when I explain that, you get it, right? It's like, oh, okay, Die Hard, action movie, suspense, guns flying, stuff blowing up, except it's going to take place on a bus. So you've got to be...
Which is a little confusing.
Which is a little confusing, right? But at least, at the very least, you should be able to answer the question. My website is going to be similar to another website, to this website, to X site. But instead of X content, okay, here's what we're going to be focusing on. Right, my website. I'm going to be catering on how to make money, how to blog and make money online. It's going to be about how to make money blogging. It's going to look like, okay, what was that website we saw earlier with the how to make money online? Let's say how to make motleyfool.com, or no, the personal finance one was a better example. Hold on, let me get back to that. Rich Dad, Dave Ramsey. Okay, financial literacy, getting out of the rat race. It's going to be about daveramsey.com, except I'm going to be focusing on how to make money blogging. Financial literacy and earning money blogging or via my website. So, take yourself through this exercise as you build your avatar, think about your point of view, and at the end of the day, you should be able to relate your website similar to another one in the marketplace, but you're going to have that slight little quirk that puts a twist on it. Okay, so my market is how to make money blogging online. It's similar to howtomakemoneyonline.com, except, okay, mine's going to be about how I built a website and did 20,000 online, and people can follow along step by step.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So with that, guys, we'll start to wrap it up here. I'll work on the replay, getting that up and running, and cut and sent out to those that are part of this series. There is a YouTube video replay which is uploaded instantly. You guys can check that out as well. But any notes, links, banners, all of that good stuff will be in the official blog post that you will see, and it would be, if you guys are already on our list, you'll get a notification on where you can spot and find that. All right. Any last feedback, thoughts, clarifications on your end, Lauren, before we close out the session?
Nope, everything's good.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, let me touch base here with our audience and make sure everybody still moves forward. Anthony, is everything clear on your end? Any other open items we need to clarify for you and directly in your business? We'll wait for him to type it in there in the chat. Lauren, on your end, sounds like everything's so far so good. It's pretty quiet on the question side. It looks like you were able to address most of the Facebook questions. We will have our Facebook, a more detailed Facebook video series that we've already set aside. We just have to send it over to you so you can watch those step by step and in detail. And once again, if you are interested in participating or launching your own financial freedom journey via the website, okay, or Make Money Blogging, if you're interested in working closely with Lauren, myself, or any of the other content contributors, especially the person that posted this on their website and blog, their contact information will be there in the blog post. Okay, there'll be links that you can click on. I have you can schedule an appointment directly with myself or somebody within my office. Do call or send an email so we can respond and get back to you. Anthony says we're good now. May change when we get off the chat. Okay, at least we know you're moving some of those open items forward and get them and bring them to a close. All right. So with that, guys, what do we have up ahead as we continue this series? Tomorrow, we've talked about branding per point of view. All right. I'm going to take that a step further so that we can establish the personality and tone of your site. Okay, establish the personality and tone of voice for your website, and we're also going to be talking about how to name your authority website. All right, what to call it, sample domain names. If you don't already have one, some of you guys are starting from scratch, right? That is okay. So we'll help you come up with a couple of, how to name your authority site or your particular blog. Once we've got done with that series, okay, once we've got done defining this whole point of view, and building that out, we're going to launch the blog, right? Well, actually, we have to build the blog first, right? We have to build the website first. So next week is going to be fun, really hands-on
All right, I
stuff.
hope you're ready.
Now that we have a clear framework moving forward, we're going to talk about initial setup of the blog, purchasing the domains, hosting, WordPress, how to configure it, installing plugins, and all that good stuff. And I can tell you that is also going to be critical to this series, what layout to use that is most productive or highest converting for setting up paid subscribers, right? We want, our first target is to get 1,000 subscribers, okay, and have $1 per earnings per month with that subscriber base. All right, so we're going to get into the nitty gritty next week and some actual to-do executing, building, tinkering stuff, right? If that makes any sense to everybody here, but hopefully it does. All right.
It does.
So that's what we've got up ahead here. Lauren's going to be sharing some fantastic content on YouTube. That seems to be the #2 request for our business and our professional clients. What can they do YouTube-wise? A couple best practices, tips, and tricks. And Lauren is literally on the cutting edge of what's going on in YouTube, working with some incredible professionals. So she'll be sharing the latest in tips and strategies next week as well. All right, along with some other SEO stuff.
Finalizing Facebook and bringing your business now into Facebook. Now that you kind of have a gist of how to interact and start ingraining in your personal section, now we're starting to bring your actual business into Facebook and finishing Facebook this week, and like Gil said, moving into YouTube next week.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you for checking out this video. Once again, if you are not already, inside of the group, do send a request to log in. Otherwise, do send us, call, email. The contact information will be down here, so we can do a complimentary session on how you can get started blogging online, or how to monetize your website, or really just take it to the next level. These sessions are complimentary, and that way we can get you unstuck, help you keep you moving forward, and and hit some awesome goals. So thanks for hopping on this session, guys. My name is Gil. Lauren, go ahead and say goodbye here to everybody.
Bye, guys.
Awesome. So we'll see you tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Fridays. Replays will be posted. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.